Chicago, June 2025. The South Side smells of fried oil, grill smoke, and morning dampness. Aaron Davis, 34 years old, drags his feet along a sidewalk where cracks in the asphalt look like an old man's wrinkles. Tall, with a short beard, hands scarred from knives and burns, he slings a backpack over his shoulder, stuffed with spices, a worn notebook, and a couple of old culinary magazines. His denim jacket is faded, but his eyes burn like embers despite the exhaustion. Aaron is a chef at Golden Horizon, a trendy restaurant in a downtown skyscraper. He's a kid from the South Side who climbed from greasy diners where they called him cocky and whispered, "You don't belong here." His gumbo is like his grandma's. His steaks are like a kiss. His sauces are tears on a plate, but a star. Nope, his paycheck is tears, not sauces, and his mostly white colleagues side-eye him like he stole their spoon. The Golden Horizon kitchen is a boxing ring. Aaron chops onions so fast the assistants just gape. Sous Chef Brad, with slicked back hair and a grin like a toothpaste ad, jabs a spoon into Aaron's sauce. "Another one of your Creole tricks." "Aaron," he sneers, like he's bitten a lemon. "It's not a trick." "Brad," Aaron grins, stirring a pot. "It's soul. Try it too, might get what's not all ketchup in life." The kitchen is his fortress, where he creates, but beyond its doors lies another Chicago. The restaurant is sinking, tables empty, online reviews like bullets, bankruptcy, rumors buzzing like flies. Aaron feels it in every "this isn't it" from waiters, in every half-eaten dish. He knows it's not his food. Something's rotting deeper. On the skyscraper's top floor. In an office with floor-to-ceiling windows, Edward Lawrence, 57 years old, stares at the city. His empire restaurants, hotels, casinos spits out millions. But he's a shadow. Gray in his hair, a suit worth a couple $1,000. Yet his eyes are empty as the dining room below. Golden Horizon was his father Joe Lawrence's dream. Started as a diner in the 60s. Now, it's Edward's shame. He twirls a glass of whiskey, staring at a photo of his father on the desk. Young, wide smile, in an apron. "Sorry, Dad," he whispers, his voice cracking like old linoleum. He's alone. His wife left 10 years ago. No friends, just papers, numbers, and emptiness. His secretary, Miss Wilson, shoves reports about some school fund at him, but he signs without looking. Just another line in his life. At night, he tosses, remembering his father teaching him to cut potatoes, saying, "Food is heart, son." Edward chose money, and now it's eating him alive. Chicago 2025 is two worlds. Downtown, glass and steel, cocktails at $100, and rich laughter. South Side, graffiti, boarded windows, protesters shouting against demolishing their homes for new towers. Aaron's anchor is his sister Clara, 40 years old, owner of Clara's Calf. Her smile is like hot coffee on a cold day, her grit like a bulldozer. In her cafe, smelling of buns and vanilla, she always knows how to lift spirits. "You cook like a god, Aaron," she says, wiping the counter. "Don't let those suits crush you. They're just scared of your fire." Aaron snorts, but there's a lump in his chest. He remembers flipping burgers at 15 in a diner. Kids laughing. "Black chef, you're joking." He clenched his teeth and kept going. In the restaurant, manager Richard Kane, Edward's right hand, looks at Aaron like he's a cockroach. His eyes are ice, lips a thin slit. At a meeting where Aaron pitches a new menu, Richard cuts him off. "Davis, get back to your stove," he hisses. "We don't need your South Side genius." The words hit like a fist, but Aaron just clenches his jaw. In the kitchen corner, Mrs. Rosa, 68 years old, cleaner with wrinkled hands and a voice like warm tea, remembers Joe Lawrence building Golden Horizon, feeding everyone from bosses to janitors. "This place was alive," she says, wiping tables. "People came for food and warmth. Without soul, it's just a box." Aaron nods, watching her gaze at Joe's photo on the wall. Late evening, after his shift, Aaron turns off the kitchen lights. He sees the new assistant, Joe, dumping truffle sauce worth $100 into the trash. Aaron grabs his arm, heart pounding. "What the hell, kid?" he growls, voice shaking with anger. "Back off. It's not your business." Joe snaps, eyes darting, then bolts into the dark. Aaron stares at the trash. This isn't a mistake. Someone wants to kill the restaurant. Shh. He clenches his fists, chest ablaze. He won't let them win. Morning comes, and Aaron, teeth gritted, heads to Edward. The dining room is empty, chandeliers gleaming like mockery. Edward sits in his office, buried in papers, face like stone. Aaron takes a breath, heart hammering. "Mr. Lawrence, the kitchen's a mess," he says, holding back a snap. "Last night, I saw truffle sauce dumped in the trash. This isn't random. Someone wants us down." Edward's eyes are steel. He leans back, cracking his knuckles. "You're slamming my team," he drawls. "Prove it, or hit the street." Aaron pulls out his phone, showing a photo. Joe dumping the sauce, face shadowed. Edward squints, fingers crushing his pen. "That proves nothing," he mutters, but his voice wavers. Richard Kane storms in, face red. "Davis, you've lost." "It," he yells, jabbing a finger. "Blackmail? I'll crush you." Aaron stands like a rock, though he's boiling inside. "I'm not blackmailing," he snaps. "I want to save this place." "When's the last time you were in the kitchen, Richard?" Edward's silent eyes darting between them. He doesn't know who to trust, but the photo's a splinter. "I'll handle it," he rasps. "Davis, get to your stove." For now, Aaron nods, but a storm rages inside. This is just the start. That evening, he visits Clara's cafe, smelling of cinnamon and home. She listens, pouring tea, eyes blazing. "You've always been about truth, Aaron," she says, hugging him. "Those jerks think you'll fold, but you're a tank. Burn them down." Aaron smirks, but the lump's back. He recalls getting kicked out of culinary school for attitude, standing outside, fists clenched, vowing not to break. Late that night, he finds Mrs. Rosa mopping the empty dining room. Her hands tremble, but her eyes are stars. She hands him a worn, grease-stained book. "Joe Lawrence's recipes," she whispers. He wanted golden horizon for everyone, rich, poor, black, white. He was like you, Aaron, fearless. Aaron flips through it, reading fried chicken, corn gumbo, apple pie. It's a voice from the past. He grips it, feeling it pull him to Edward, to the restaurant's story. "Thanks, Mrs. Rosa," he says, voice rough. "I'll try." She smiles, wrinkles glowing. "You won't try, boy. You'll do." Aaron and Edward start digging, but their partnership is like two porcupines dancing. Edward, used to barking orders, doesn't trust Aaron. They sit in the office, swamped with Bill's air heavy with coffee and anger. "Why should I listen to a cook?" Edward growls, tossing papers. "Got a degree?" Aaron stares, burning inside. "I've got eyes, Mr. Lawrence. I see your kitchen sinking. You up in your tower. Don't." Edward squints, but stays quiet. They scour warehouses, check cameras, dig through schedules. Aaron finds issues: meat rotting early, cheap spices, fake invoices. He points to receipts, prices tripled. "This isn't random," he says, voice firm. "Someone wants us dead." Edward clenches his fists, face like a storm. "If you're lying, Davis, you're done," he rasps, but doubt flickers in his eyes. Aaron pitches a new menu from Joe's. "Recipes. This'll bring people back," he says, showing sketches, chicken, gumbo, pies. "It's what your dad wanted. Food with soul." Richard, lurking in the doorway, cuts in. "This isn't your kitchen, Davis," he hisses, eyes like a snake's. "Know your place or you'll rot." Aaron's heart pounds, but he doesn't flinch. "Try me," he says quietly. "I'm not leaving." Clara, at her cafe, hands Aaron a list of suppliers who can confirm the fraud. "You've always been stubborn." She laughs, pouring coffee. "Those creeps think you're weak, but you're a wildfire. Burn them, brother." Aaron nods, but the storm's inside. He remembers diner kids mocking his dream. He didn't break then, and he won't now. Next day, he visits Mrs. Rosa in the storage room. She's sorting rags on a crate, eyes like beacons. "Joe fought the mob for this place," she says, voice trembling. "He believed food was love. You're the same, Aaron. Don't let them ruin it." Her words are sparks. Aaron flips through Joe's book, reading his notes. "Cook with soul, and people will come." The corn gumbo recipe hooks him. "Like grandma's," he whispers, grinning. The enemy isn't just Richard, but Kronos, a chain-eyeing golden horizon for pennies. Aaron learns they bribed Joe and others to waste food, ruin dishes, fake invoices. T tells Edward, but he hesitates. "I'll handle it," Edward growls, eyes blazing. "This is my restaurant." "Your restaurant's dying," Aaron snaps. "I'm the only one not lying to your face." Edward looks ready to punch, but stays silent. Pride chokes him. Aaron doesn't back down. He pulls in locals from homeless folks to bloggers to test the menu in the empty dining room. He cooks gumbo, chicken pies from the book. People taste, and their faces light up like the sun. Like home, an old man in a torn coat mumbles, licking sauce. Like moms, a girl whispers, snapping a photo. Aaron watches, heart pounding. This is it. But Richard sends the health inspector, accusing Aaron of a dirty kitchen. You're nobody, Davis, he hisses. They'll crush you. Aaron recalls getting kicked out of culinary school, standing in the rain, vowing not to quit. Same fight now. Edward in his office stares at the empty dining room. He remembers his father teaching him to cook, saying, food is love. Chose money, and now it's a knife in his chest. Hope breaks through. Aaron hosts a dinner for the homeless at a South Side shelter, cooking with culinary school kids. Food's not just grub, he tells them, showing how to chop onions. It's your soul. Edward, grumbling, shows up. He sees people load, young, black, white, laughing, eating gumbo. Like dads, he whispers, holding a bowl. Eyes wet. Aaron watches, heart racing. Food's not money, Mr. Lawrence, it's heart. But Kronos presses. They threaten Edward with lawsuits, demand he sell. Richard spreads rumors that Aaron's stealing. Aaron feels time ticking, but won't quit. He joins a South Side protest, where people shout, our home's not your business. He sees Clara handing out coffee. You're doing it, Aaron, she says, hugging him. You're giving people hope. Pressure mounts. Richard pulls a politician tied to Kronos to corner Edward. Aaron gets a hearing notice. You're done, Davis. Richard sneers, grinning. Aaron feels fear gnaw, but his fire's stronger. He won't run. Aaron goes all in. He proposes a big dinner at Golden Horizon, cooking Joe's recipes to bring people back and prove the restaurant's alive. Edward, grimacing, nods. Fail, and it's over, he rasps, voice shaky. Succeed, and you'll trust me, Aaron replies, eyes like torches. He calls Clara for help. She rallies locals, bloggers, critics, activists. Tear them up, brother, she says, hugging him at her cafe. Show them who you are. Aaron works round the clock, crafting a menu. Herb-crusted chicken, gumbo, apple pie. Richard sabotages, swapping meat for spoiled cuts. Aaron catches it last minute, pulling supplies from Clara's cafe. Dinner night. The room's packed, smelling of roasted meat, spices, bread. Aaron steps out, heart pounding, but he grins, wiping hands on his apron. This restaurant's not just food, he says, voice breaking but growing strong. It's our lives, our families, our Chicago. The dishes hit like a bomb. People clap, critics write, bloggers film. An old man in a torn jacket stands. Haven't had this since mom's gumbo. He rasps, thanks, son. A tattooed girl yells, this is home. You hit my soul. The room erupts. Edward stands, face softening, eyes shining. He grabs the mic, voice trembling. I lost faith in this place, he says, looking at Aaron. Thought it was just money. Aaron Davis showed me its heart. He saved Golden Horizon. Clara, at the entrance, hands Edward a folder. Invoices, records, proof of Kronos sabotage. Richard's their cover, she whispers. Edward flips through, face darkening. Richard, at the exit, pales and bolts. Mrs. Rosa stands by the kitchen, clutching the recipe book, tears in her eyes. You did what Joe wanted, she whispers. You brought it back to life. The room buzzes, people hugging, laughing. Aaron watches warmth in his chest, like his grandma's soup. This is victory over Richard, over the system. The book is a symbol of a dream reborn. Kronos backs off, their plan in ruins. Edward revamps Golden Horizon, opening it to all from tycoons to South Side kids. Aaron's head chef, his menu, a South Side plate. Chicken, gumbo, pies. You turned it all around, Edward says, shaking his hand in the empty dining room. I was blind, Aaron. Money's not everything. Aaron grins, scars on his hands gleaming. Tea. I just cooked with soul, like your dad. Clara celebrates, her cafe sending desserts to Golden Horizon. They sit at her place, drinking coffee, laughing. Knew you'd rip them apart. She chuckles, clinking mugs. You're a wildfire. Richard's gone, his name dust. Mrs. Rosa's a legend, dropping by dinners, spinning tales about Joe. Kids listening, spellbound. Cook with love, she says, and people will come back. Golden Horizon thrives. Full tables, glowing reviews. Edward and Aaron work together, building a place where everyone's home. Aaron teaches Southside kids to cook. It's not just food, he says, showing them how to chop onions. It's your soul. Don't let it fade. Edward's sleeves rolled up, serves food at charity events. Thought the world was deals. He tells Aaron over coffee. You showed me it's people. Aaron smirks, sipping coffee. And you showed bosses can be human too. The South Side stirs. Homes, parks, libraries. Protests quiet. June 2026. Golden. Horizon hums. Aaron's in the kitchen. His team Southside Kids and Downtown Cooks Works from Joe's book. On the wall, Edward's dad's photo and Aaron's signed menu. Clara walks in with a cake, eyes shining. You did it, brother, she says, hugging him. Chicago knows the taste of home. Mrs. Rosa, retired, drops by, spinning tales. You brought back the soul, she tells Aaron, squeezing his hand. Edward runs courses for Southside kids. Aaron teaches them to knead dough. Food's love, he says. Cook so people feel home, worn, alive. Aaron looks at it. We did it, Joe, he whispers. Chicago shines from gleaming skyscrapers to the South Side's dark corners, where streetlights cast soft glows on old graffiti. In that light, a story unfolds. One chef, a South Side kid, gave the city its rhythm back. People flock to Golden Horizon not just for food, for warmth, for home, for what billions can't buy. Aaron stands at the stove, scars on his hands like a map of his journey, from diners where they laughed at him to a kitchen where he's king. The fire in his eyes is a beacon, calling those searching for their path, who, like him once, believe they can break through. He looks at Joe's book on the table's edge. Its worn pages alive like the voices of dreamers. Aaron traces a line. Cook with heart. We did it, old man, he whispers, his smile like dawn over the city.